All hail the king, baby.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and we have finally reached the end of our journey with GCreation's SHURAKING, their Not Dinobot Combiner. And if you missed any of those reviews, you can check out the playlist linked in the description down below at your leisure. But without further ado, let's get down to it and let's combine this big boy. Yay! I'm so happy to finally have this done. It's been so long. It seems like it's been forever. But anyway, we'll bring in the legs here. We will bring in the upper torso. And as you can very well guess, we're just going to plug the post into the ports. These are quite stiff, so you do have to give it a little bit of elbow grease. But actually, that went in pretty easy. Oh, wow. I had to really muscle that in the other day. Wow, okay. Hey, thank you. Thank you for working easily for me. So rare that happens. Let's plug in Thunderous here. Yeah, Thunderous is the one that's a little bit stiffer. Come on. Come on, big boy. Come on. Get in there. There we go. So there we have the legs on. And, whoops. Popped out a plate there. Get back in there. Get back in your home. It's your home! Anyway, so let me do a quick camera readjust here. Alrighty, so let's continue on. Now to attach the arms, what you have to do here is you have to remove this little cap. These just slide right out. You want to remove that, and that reveals the combiner port right there. So you just want to remove these and put them off to the side. And we won't be needing these anymore. Just put that off to the side. And now we can connect the arms. Now the arms connect in 3 different places. You have this post, and this tab, which will go into that port, this port right here, and this slot right here. And that's how all that is going to connect. So we just line up the arm, slide everything in, and everything should lock into place. And there we have one arm. And it gets a little lopsided there until we put the other arm on. Just bring in Swoop. Plug him in. Like that. Get him out there. And there we go. So now, we want to bring in Swoop's wings. And we want to bring in these pieces right here. So what these pieces do is you just slide the wing right in here. They just slot in, and then slide them down to lock them in place. Just pretty stiff. There we go. Lock that in. And then we just turn this guy around. Right here. And these just slot in right there. So just line that up, and you bring it down, again, to lock it into place. There you go. So we're going to give him wings. He's going to have a Red Bull. Me Grimlock have Red Bull! Me Grimlock want wings. Right. So just slide that in so it locks into place. And then we just put that there. Make sure you push it all the way down. Like that, so it locks into place. And we have that. And one last little touch. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you do want to, you can do it. You can take Thunderous's guns right here, and they can plug on to either side of that bit right there. And there you go. There you have the completed SHURAKING. And yeah, he is a big boy and quite impressive, if I do say so myself. And I do, because I'm the only one in the room. Anyway, but yeah, very, very cool. I really, really like this. Very cool, very awesome, just very imposing, very intimidating. I really like this guy. And I think this guy looks a million times better than Toy World's Dinobot Combiner. Hey, I mean, my personal opinion, if you love Toy World's Dinobot Combiner, hey, you're not wrong. Just my personal opinion, to each his own. But I am really loving this guy. I think he is awesome. But yeah, let's get in close here on this head sculpt so we can take a look at his noggin. Get him straightened out here. There we go. Get a look at that noggin of his. That grim noggin. That grim locking noggin. Look at that. Very nice head sculpt. Very cool. You got the nice gold chrome going on there. You do have an option as far as what face you want to use. You can use this face, which is, you know, more of a Grimlocky looking kind of face. But if you don't like that, you can always just pop this out. And he has a much more monstrous face with some jagged teeth. And the jaw can open and close. So totally up to you what face you want to use. Me personally, I think I'm going to leave this face on. I just think that looks, as I drop it, I think this does look a bit better in my opinion. But hey, your toy, display it however you wish, but I'm going to leave that face on him. But yeah, all in all though, like I said, I think this guy is just really awesome. Very well done. He's very big. He's very hefty. This guy has some legit weight to him. He is definitely no slouch. Nice gold chromed feet. Just all around very, very cool. And he's heavy. He's heavy. This guy is no slouch. I mean, he is a beefy boy, but very, very cool. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you can get some wiggly-waggly movement here. You can get rotation, but it's very squeaky. It's squeaky, but it's doable. He can look up a little bit. He can look down some. The wings, of course, you have all these hinges right here. You can angle those wings however you want, fold them up. You can angle them up if you want. The arms can do a full 360. On a ratchet, they can go out. There's a couple joints you can work with here. You have the ratchet that is in the bot itself, and then you have this ratchet joint right here. So you have 2 points of movement. If we move the cannon out of the way here, let's unplug that. If you move the cannon out of the way, you can see you get full outward movement there, which is nice. You do have a bicep swivel. You have a ratcheted elbow joint. You don't get too much bend out of the elbow. Unfortunately, that's pretty much all the bend you're going to get out of that elbow. On Swoop's side, you do have a ratchet joint under the elbow. It's kind of hard to move, but it is there. On the Slag side, you don't have that joint underneath the elbow. You just have the swivel up top and the elbow, and you don't have any joint underneath the elbow. You just have that movement right there. And moving down to the hands, let's get down a little bit lower here. Getting down to the hands, you do have a wrist swivel. You also have this hinge right here, so you can actually hold his palm straight out and go, stop! So you have a swivel there. The thumb is on a ball joint and on a hinge right there. And each finger is individually articulated. You got a hinge at the base, a hinge here, and a hinge here. So you got 3 joints on each finger. And he can actually make a pretty decent looking fist. So that looks pretty good. That's a pretty good looking fist. So there you have that. You do have a waist swivel, a ratcheting waist swivel, and sometimes these cannons just like to fall out on their own, so I'm just going to leave them off for now. These head panels right here are on hinges. They can kind of sort of move out of the way. They can't really move up because they kind of bump into other stuff, but they can kind of swing out that way if you need them to. The legs can go forward that far. They can go back that far. This is going to be the hardest part of showing the articulation is these legs, because the legs are really heavy and beefy, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. Outward movement, you can pretty much do the full splits. There is a swivel right there, although you have to be careful, otherwise things are going to start kind of coming undone here. So you got to kind of hold everything in place so things don't come apart. The knees. The knees, I will say, are kind of a pain in the butt to move. Just because there's a lot going on There's a lot going on back here, and it's hard to just get a hold of anything, but there you go. There you go. You got about 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. This guy is heavy. And as far as his feet go, get a hold of him here, pick him up. You do have a ball joint at the foot, so you get some rotation here. Well, let me lay you down. This will work a little bit better this way. There we go. So you got a ball joint here, and you also have these joints right in here, so you can get upward movement, you can get downward movement. And again, you have that ball joint going on there, so you got a lot of joints to work with. And you also have a toe joint right there as well. There we go. That was the best way I was going to show that. I had to just lay them down. Anyway, so there you have that. Let me get them all situated here. There you go. Get you standing there, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There you go. Man, this guy is big. He's hefty. This is a workout right here. This is definitely a workout. So anyway, let's get back up here so we can show off some other stuff. Of course, he does have a weapon. Now, if you remember, Slag here, Hammer, came with this combined mode hilt for the sword. And what you do is you take the two BFSs, the two big frickin' swords. And one thing I didn't mention in the previous review is that you can see the swords are actually two different molds, which is pretty cool. They're in that transclearance red plastic. So what you do with the swords is you remove these handles. Just remove that, put that off to the side, and these swords will plug in to either side right here. So just plug that into one side. They're very stiff. And just plug that one into the other side like that. And now you have this big double-bladed sword of Dino Murder Justice. And that's pretty cool. So he can hold that. And you can see the handle here does have two posts, and there are two ports in his palm. You can put it in his left or his right hand. And you just plug that in. And you just wrap his fingers around it. And he actually does hold that very well, nice and securely. And there you go. He's got his big sword. Now, as far as the shoulder ratchets go, they are strong enough. He'll actually lean forward a little bit too. He is strong enough to hold the sword up, but as usual, it doesn't take much for joints to start failing. So, you know, it's that case of those joints could have been a little bit tighter. But he can hold the sword up. He can maintain a pose, but, you know, if you bump it, his arm's just going to drop. Alright, so now let's get him back situated here. We'll put his cannons back on his shoulders. There you go. There we go. And now we're just going to kind of rapid fire through some size comparisons. So let's get right down to it. Here he is with a Combiner Wars Combiner. Here he is with Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Here he is with Toy World's Devastator. Here he is with Generation Toys Devastator. Here he is with TFC's Devastator. And here he is with Combiner Wars Devastator. How does it scale with Metroplex? There he is with Warbotron's Brudikarsh. There he is with the other king, Mastermind's Feral Rex. There he is with Leader Class Power Master Optimus Prime. Young Warrior! Shut up, I haven't done that in a while. And just for fun, here he is with my big knockoff Age of Extinction Grimlock. Down, Dino, down. So there you go. There you have GCreation's SHURAKING. One thing, too, I wanted to mention about the articulation. Before somebody points it out, or a million people have already pointed it out, but I understand that there is this ratchet joint right here at the combiner port itself, but this joint is so stiff, I don't even count it because it takes too much muscle to even move that around. So, yeah, that's articulation. I don't use it because I can barely move it. But anyway, just to get that out of the way. But yeah, all in all, though, a very cool set. Like I said earlier, you know, I think this is way better than the Toy World version. Again, if you love the Toy World version, hey, you're not wrong. Me, personally, I just wasn't feeling it. I am definitely feeling this. I think this guy is really, really cool. Just very big, very hefty, just all around just looks awesome. Now, that being said, is this set perfect? No, it's not. I think the two best figures out of this set are Slag and Swoop. The two Armbots, I think, are the best. I think they came out the best. The rest of them, they have their little hiccups here and there. I think the worst figure of the set is Thunderous. Grimlock's really good, too. It's just a pain in the butt to get him into combine mode. But once you get all these guys combined, I mean, this just looks awesome to me. I love it. I think he looks great. Like I said, not a perfect set, but the end result when you get everything combined is just so cool in my opinion. So there you go. So if you would like any of these GCreation toys, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. And you can also check out the SHURAKING playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the GCreation SHURAKING, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Alright, Prime, this is it. One shall stand, blah, blah, blah. Whoa! Yes, Megatron? You were saying? Wave? Wave, is that you calling me? Wave is calling me. I gotta go. Bye now!